Hey, Ryan.
Hey, Patrick.
You ready to Bit.Trip?
Yeah, I'm going to Bit.Trip my balls off here.
So we took those drugs before we started this, so this should kick in maybe
Wait,
did you not know?
I thought that was just tea. I thought it was just a nice, lovely glass of tea, a little cup of tea.
We drink coffee if you wanted caffeine. Why would you drink tea?
You know, a nice change of pace. I drink a lot of coffee, but I don't drink that much tea. Oh, God, when's it going to hit?
You'll know.
Okay.
When the frame rate issues hit, then you know the drugs have kicked in.
So this is a full collection of all 6 of the Bit.Trip games.
This is, yeah.
Yes. With added, 3D is pretty much all they've added, right?
Beat, Core, Void, Runner, Fate, Flux, all 6. Yeah, came out on WiiWare. The Wii version, Bit.Trip Bit.Trip Complete?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, that has some extra added elements, but this is just the 6 games with some added 3D that I'm not going to be able to show off the 3D through this, obviously, but it's not good. There are 2 reasons it's not good. One is just poorly implemented. There's not a whole lot of depth to it, so even turning it on, there are very few elements in the game where stuff is coming in and out of the screen. It happens a little bit in Beat. I don't know if we'll actually get to show it off here, but...
Well, we definitely won't be able to show people 3D.
You'd be able to see the moments where you could see where it would kick in. I'm not sure it's going to happen here. So in the WiiWare versions, you had... Like in Beat, you use the Wiimote and you would tilt it. In the iPhone versions, you would use the iPhone or iPad to tilt. In this one, you have your circle pad, which is useless because it's way too sensitive, and there's not an option to tweak it. But you do have stylus control, which works really, really well, and in fact, makes the game significantly easier.
Interesting.
We could skip this. We got to wait through this.
This was the first one, right?
Yep, this first one. I love this whole series. It's just a really great visual style. The music is just that right side of chiptunes, where it feels like actual music as opposed to just a parody of or parroting the old 8-bit style. So this, you can see, I can jump around.
Oh yeah.
So it does allow you to react a lot faster to what is happening on the screen.
So you don't have to always like slide it around like it was a Pong paddle or something.
So this game doesn't show off. So the other part of the 3D that doesn't work out so well is that it takes a real big hit to the frame rate, which you're not going to be able to notice in this one because it is not that taxing. Although Bit.Trip Flux, which is the final one, which is Bit.Trip Beat in reverse, does actually have frame rate issues when you flick the 3D on. So it's kind of a two-pronged problem of the 3D doesn't add a whole lot to the game, despite the visuals sort of implying that they would. But whether that is the fault of Gaijin games or just it turns out that 3D wasn't as promising for these visuals as it turns out, it's hard to really say. But it takes such a hit to the frame rate, and for games that are so clutch on having responsive control and so unforgiving.
Bit.Trip Runner especially is such a timing based game.
Yes, so to have a hit to the frame rate doesn't necessarily interrupt your play, but it's distracting.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, because there's not enough of a added visual element.
But so it's kind of like they cross cancel. So it's like, well, it sucks that the frame rate's bad, but it ends up that doesn't really matter because the 3D doesn't really add anything to it. Or you could say, it sucks that the 3D doesn't add anything to it. Well, don't worry about that because the frame rate sucks.
Exactly. And
so
it's almost
either way, it's like, well, forget that part. You still have a package here with the 6 Bit.Trip games in it.
That's the thing. Turn off the 3D, and you have these 6 great games that were. I'm not sure if they're sold for $5 or $10 on WiiWare. I don't remember the prices offhand.
I say 5 because I bought a bunch of them. I went on a tear.
Yeah, so 5 or 10, you're still getting a pretty good deal having all of these on the same cart and having them on the go because these are really nice portable games. They're really nice in small chunks, and they're Beat and Flux are the only times that the gameplay overlaps in any capacity. Otherwise, they're all wildly different games.
Let's go take a look at some of the others. I think we've kind of shown what Beat is all about. Oh. Commander video. Core. I'm trying to remember what Core was like.
See, that's the thing with these games. After Beat, which got a lot of attention from people, the series kind of fell off the map for a little while because...
I bought Core. I own Core. I'm just trying to remember which one it is. But you're right. It was hot off of Beat, and then I guess Core happened, and then Runner was after that?
Bit.Trip Core, Void.
Oh, Void was before
Runner, Flux, and Fate. So this one is actually one of my favorites. So you're controlling this, starting on the second stage, so it's probably going to start fairly difficult. And it is a supremely difficult series of games to try and talk about while you were playing.
And it's this is you're using the D-pad for this?
Yeah, so you're pressing up, down, left, and right, and then hitting A to sort of trigger when you want it to map. So, look, I already died. Because these games are not meant to be talked about while you play them.
All right, well, you can shut up and play some.
All right, let me switch back to the... Whoa.
It's kind of like a weird version of Missile Command. So I think just sit here and listen to you play.
Well, the music's greatness. The games have great atmosphere. Which is a weird thing to say about a game emulating 8-bit style.
Mega!
Oh, these games get really confusing really fast. Yeah, so you have these 4 different stages you go through. It's kind of like leveling up, I guess. You can see it listed in the background. They don't give you any additional powers. They're basically kind of like building up a shield, so that when you get to a particularly tough part, if you end up dropping down a couple levels, you're still in the game. Because they didn't add checkpoints to basically any of these games until Fate, which is like Bit.Trip Beat, but there are save points in between stages. Or in between the checkpoints in the middle of the stages themselves. Because the stages themselves are fairly long.
Beat had the same sort of system of like kind of like getting like de-res some if you it's sort of like losing levels in, I don't know, Flow, although significantly harder. All right, enough of this.
All right. So that's...
So in that one, would it be like all the background elements that are 3D-ified, or?
Yeah. It's just like everything in the game kind of pops out a little bit, but again, not enough for it to really matter.
All right, Void.
Void is the weirdest of the entire collection by far.
That's saying a lot.
Yeah. You're just a giant orb. I think this is where they kind of lost their audience a little bit. And you'll see why. Let's see. Oh, there I move this guy. Ooh.
All these Commander videos.
Yeah, for a lot of people, if they didn't play any of these games on WiiWare, they might have been first introduced to Commander Video because he was in Super Meat Boy.
Yeah.
Don't want to touch those guys.
Not even the ones that follow him?
Nope. Don't want the whites.
Got it.
So you'll just keep getting bigger and bigger.
Oh, this is pretty cool. Look out!
You can pop at any time. So I gotta pop. And it doesn't
Oh, so
doesn't do a good job of communicating why you shoot. Like, because you can pop all you want.
You're just trying to.
But I think you're accumulating a combo.
Sure.
As you continue to go bigger, but then it makes it
harder to stay
increasing
alive.
the danger.
You're in the danger zone.
Wow.
Oh, danger zone. So there's no penalty for missing any of the black ones? It's just if
there
you
is,
hit,
yes,
okay.
no, there is penalty. So that's almost as bad as getting hit by one of the white ones. Let's see if we can do-res myself. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, so we go into the nether realm.
The nether realm where the refresh rate isn't quite right. Vertical hold is all messed up.
That's a nice touch. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, come back into it. And this just kind of keeps going like this. It's probably my least favorite of the collection. It's not bad. It's just, I don't know. It's just kind of there.
It kind of does this.
Yeah.
All right.
So now we will get to the true.
So this will be where we'll show off kind of the issues with frame rate here with Bit.Trip Runner.
aka the best game in the collection.
Oh, so brutal.
Yeah.
It's I mean, it's the least abstract. It's the one that's like, okay, I recognize this as, like, even though it's very simple. It's even got like the most kind of recognizably chiptune-y soundtrack to it. Like the other ones are a lot more ethereal and kind of ambient.
Anamanaguchi did some of the music for this too.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Not sure which track, but so in this one they're introducing kick.
What? I mean, even just the fact that you're controlling a dude.
So you see a little flicker, that means I'm switching between 2D and 3D.
So currently you are in 2D.
I'm in 3D right now.
Oh, you're in 3D right now, okay.
So I'll let that go for a little while and so you need to get accustomed to it.
I see it there.
And then when I get to a spot, I'll... So now I'm in 2D.
Yeah,
Now
fine.
I'm in...
Oh,
Oh, shit.
God
See, trying to
damn
switch
it.
between 2D and 3D kind of...
all right. 2D?
Yep.
I gotta say, I'm a sucker for just about any game
Oh, that was pretty short.
that maps musical elements to my action.
Yes, like that's why this is my favorite of the collection, because it's a platformer and it also is a rhythm game in a lot of senses.
Yeah. Keep going.
I'm going to, because that was pretty short. Here's the retro challenge.
hell
These
yeah.
ones are hard as
They
balls.
are. But they look so good.
Oh.
I think it's
I
hard.
let 'em down.
It's hard to convey how specific the timing is.
Oh yeah, the
in this
timing
game
is brutal.
Yeah, it is very tough. But I love that stuff. I love any game that maps musical elements to my direct actions. I also like any kind of rhythmic game where, like, like better performance is eventually rewarded with soaring synthesizer sounds. Like when you get the rainbow following you in this.
Yep.
Love it.
Well, the music escalates too based on which level of power you're in. I'm not sure what the best description for that is for, but it rewards you because you're doing well with just better music, essentially, and more layered music. So even though I'm not much of a collectible guy, I will want to go back and collect everything because I want
You want to hear the best
sound
music.
better. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely pulled a late night with this game at one point. I got through the first.
All right, let's see if I can do any better here.
right.
Probably not.
Good luck.
Oh, I hit the wrong button. Well, so that's what the thing that is kind of frustrating about those is that you have to complete. They're way more challenging than the traditional levels, and you only get one go at it.
Yeah.
You know, you can't just load up that gold stage. It's not like you've unlocked it. You have to go through, collect all the gold in the normal stage, and then attempt to go through that all over again. Sprint. Oh, I forgot about this last element. Ah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Well,
That's not good.
I like how he does a little rock out.
Yeah.
Woo! I missed it. Oh,
You missed that as well.
man. All right.
I'll give you one more go at this.
Oop.
Doesn't bode well.
Oh, goddamn.
I don't know how you're supposed to do that one.
So that one you have to jump earlier on the stairs.
Yeah.
It is mean. All right. Well, I could just sit here and play this for hours.
Well, we won't do that yet.
Yeah, because I played bits and pieces of all of these, but you know there actually is a story thread that connects all of them. So I'm looking forward to sitting down and just running through. Because I've seen the ending of Flux, and they do some pretty interesting stuff with that I will not spoil. This is also probably another low point of the collection. This is the shooter one.
Fate. I don't remember Fate at all. I'm not
This
sure if
one-
I don't
this
know if
one
I've
came way under the radar.
I don't know if I've played Fate. No, I have not.
So this is a shooter.
So you're using the circle pad to move.
Yes. And so you're not responsible for all of Commander Video's body in this one. It's only that little
plus.
Yeah. So that's. Oh.
It's a little weird.
Let's see if the.
But it does have wobble base, so 2011, y'all.
Yeah, I guess my issue is that the one is that all.
Hey, Super Meat Boy.
Yeah, there's different power-ups you can collect that can. All of the games are fairly fast-paced. And I like this series because it's so mechanically challenging. You know, you got to react quickly and in the moment. And this one's just kind of slow, and you're just, I don't know, you're just kind of shooting stuff, and there's not a lot you can do. The bosses are pretty fun because it becomes bullet hell, and so the strategy becomes trying to shoot at all these things while dodging just thousands of things around you, and that doesn't happen as much during the stages themselves. So you just kind of, I don't know, just.
Like it's like the other ones all bring something kind of new and interesting to these rather austere game design ideas. This just seems like a limited version of an existing game concept.
Yeah, whereas the other games have minimalism and they sort of relish in that minimalism, this is just, it's simple.
Yeah.
And just not particularly fun.
There's also an originality to some of the mechanisms in the other games.
But like I just don't want to shoot. Like that's not part of what I want out of these games. Can I get Meat Boy? I'll wait. There. Oh, Meat Boy is the wobble.
Put it on the back of the box. Meat Boy is the wobble. Says Patrick Klepek. GiantBomb.com.
These Bridge Racer guys could learn a thing or two.
That got announced, right? They got a date, huh?
It did, yeah. There's some sort of trailer. I don't know if the trailer has any wobble base.
Better. Oh, I can see some 3D happening there.
3D wobble base?
So yeah, it's 3D with the line. Look at that. Flying back, flying out at you.
Yeah, I'll take a look. Not really. Again, it's like you can tell the 3D is there. The most 3D elements are actually the interface. They sort of leave a lot of the game alone.
Oh, that's bad frame rate.
So now if I switch to back. At least you could make the argument in this that the bad frame rate plays to bullet hell shooters.
Yeah, it's
even if
like,
that's unintentional.
Kind of the retro, limited processing capacity that you're kind of ostensibly playing towards with this visual
Wobble,
style.
wobble, wobble, wobble. You know, I've never collected Meat Boy, and this game just redeemed itself. I think it's part of my problem with the shooting elements of this not being very satisfying. Is like you don't get any feedback.
No feedback at all. I was about to mention that.
So it's like if you're going to have shooting elements, at least give me a sense of that I'm accomplishing something. But instead, you're just spraying bullets.
Well, it's hard to tell. Like, is that an enemy that I can even shoot? I don't know.
The bosses have health meters, so that you at least have
something to base off of there. Patrick, I don't want to watch you play this game.
Yeah, I don't. Do you want to play some Dragon Quest Monsters?
Come on. Don't be a dick. All right, last but not leastly, Flux.
See, I'll try playing with the circle pad, which is extraordinarily difficult because it moves all over the place. Yeah, we'll just jump to the second level and just really screw myself over. So you see how fast that moves? Like, that's me trying to control the circle pad. It's just, you can't make the subtle movements that are required.
Yeah.
Whereas if, see, I immediately switch to the stylus. I can collect the little secret items. Ooh. See if I can redeem myself.
Oh. Wait, this is exactly Bit.Trip Beat.
On the other side.
When you said in reverse, I thought you meant like you'd be shooting out the dots.
No.
Or
just
something.
on the other side of the screen.
Literally just the other side of the screen. Well, I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, this one does have checkpoints, which helps a lot. Oh, God.
Oh, thread the needle. Your pedal's so tiny.
Some of the patterns in this game are just a total dick move. Especially when they just swirl around here and think you got it set to go. So you'll pass through these checkpoints. So, you know, like, oh, you know, you can take a breather. The stages are still like 15 minutes long, maybe a little longer than that. This one is really cool. They do some neat visual tricks in Flux or Fate.
Nope, Flux.
Flux?
Yep. Fate was the shooter.
Oops. So I just put on the 3D. I don't know if you noticed the frame rate taking a hit there. Not sure how much it shows up.
A bit.
I just flicked it off.
Fate definitely suffered pretty badly. Runner is still maybe the most noticeable of the lot. Now I realize that this and Beat came out pretty far apart from each other.
Yeah, I want to. They were releasing
like,
these games every 4 months or so.
I was gonna say, so like, you know, over the course of a year and a half or so. But putting those two in this package right next to each other, I don't know, kind of lessens the impact a little bit.
A little bit, but I mean, if you'll notice, even in, like, the stylization is radically different. The gameplay mechanics are, while based on the same fundamentals, they do a lot of different things with it. And I think by the
this just seems better. This seems like what
it is much better.
This is what Beat should have been. Like, they were still figuring stuff out, and I can, historically speaking, I can understand and respect it. But like, as a gameplay package, it's like, oh well, I'll just never play Beat because I have this. Sneaky lines.
That's one of the things I love about Beat and this one is that they use the visuals to just fuck with you. Like, they're actively hiding elements that you're trying to go after.
Like, wait, no,
like
I
this.
can't. Yeah. Well, just giving you too much visual information to parse. Oh. Getting ruined here.
Oh no.
Oh, but it's so satisfying when you do one of those and you just nail it.
Oh,
nice.
Now this is easy. See, I like this. Let's see if we can get that.
Oh man, that has made. I've been looking at the screen for too long, and then when that stopped, everything in my field of view started sliding to the left. Oh.
All right. That seems like an appropriate time to.
I think that it kicked in finally, Patrick.
Oh.
Whatever you fed me. Goddamn. So that's Bit.Trip Saga for the 3DS. Seems like, pretty honest, faithful versions of these games.
Yeah, nice recreations as long as you're not putting on the 3D.
As long as you ignore the part where they made it in 3D for the 3DS.
It's $40, so 6 games, $40. You're gonna get probably Runner is probably the lengthiest of them. That game took me a good 6-7 hours to go through, 4 of which were probably screaming at the TV. Because it's a very difficult game, but it's a good package, great games, and I'm glad that WiiWare as a service that was easily ignored. This is a great place to have it all on the go in a nice package.
And then there's also Bit.Trip Complete, which is these games for the Wii Sans 3D, and they've had
some extra things, some extra challenges and things like that.
Some bonus content there. So if you didn't get it on WiiWare, which I can totally understand if you didn't, these are 2 means of getting it otherwise. It's unfortunate about the 3D stuff, though. It
is. I don't really know what happened. I know they were aiming to have this game out for launch. Clearly that didn't happen. So they're a small outfit. They've got 1 programmer. So when they decide to undertake a port, that's not a simple thing for them. I'm not sure what happened here. It's just What's more disappointing or confusing is that the frame rate takes such a hit. You know, these aren't very taxing games, or at least appear not to be taxing games.
Right.
So for the 3D to not be that apparent is one thing, but for it to just
Kill performance
is really strange, and just a little bit of a blemish on otherwise a pretty phenomenal product, regardless of 3D.
Cool. Well, Patrick, thanks for showing this to us. Bit.Trip Saga, available for the 3DS now.